off. Please sit up straight. Here we go. Eyes closed. Come on. We are divine beings. That's who we are. We are gods in the flesh. We are sentient beings, creators of destiny. To be greater than your body, to be greater than your environment, and to be greater than time means you are the master of your body, the master of your environment, and you are the master of time. Be inspired by your own greatness. It's in you. Now, can you become aware of the space between your temples in space? And can you sense the volume of space between your temples? In space. And now, can you rest your awareness in a space in the center of your head, in space? And can you feel the energy of space in the center of your head, in space? And now, can you become aware of the space under your tongue, in space? And can you sense the volume of space beneath your tongue? In space. And now, can you become aware of the volume of space that your entire head occupies in space? And can you sense the energy of space within your head in space? And now, can you become aware of the space around your head in space? And can you sense the energy of space around your head in space? And now, can you sense the space under your chin in space? And can you feel the energy of space around your throat in space? And now, can you sense the space beyond your back in space? And can you feel the energy of space beyond your spine in space? And now, can you sense the space beyond your chest, in space? And can you feel the energy of space around your chest, in space? And can you become aware of the space between your thighs, in space? And can you feel the volume of space between your legs, in space? And now, can you sense the energy of space beyond your legs, in space? And can you feel the volume of space around your legs, in space? And can you become aware of the space beyond your feet, in space? And can you sense the energy of space around your feet, in space? And become aware of the space between your shoulders and the walls of this room in space. And can you sense the width of space that this entire room occupies? In space. And can you become aware of the space beyond this room in space? And can you sense the energy of space around this room? In space. And can you become aware of the volume of space that all of space takes up in space? Now, what was that emotion you wanted to unmemorize that keeps you connected to your past? You can't create a new future holding on to the emotions of the past. And now there is a power within you, the giver of life, the observer, that loves you so much. It's time to turn within and in your mind admit to it who you've been, what you want to change about yourself and what you've been hiding. Come on, talk to it in your mind. It's real. Develop a relationship with a greater consciousness. And now it's time to declare that emotion and free your body, closing the gap between how you appear and who you really are, breaking emotional bonds with your past, present life. Come on, open your mouth and say it, declare it. Beautiful. Freeing the body from the mind. And now it's time to surrender this emotion to a greater consciousness, to lay it on the altar and give it up to a greater authority, and allow a greater consciousness to take it from you and surrender it to a greater mind, allowing it to organize it in a way that's right for you. Simply open the door and give it up. Let go. Surrender that part of yourself to a greater mind. It's real. And now it honors free will. So before we create a new future, it's time to become conscious of those unconscious thoughts so that you may never go unconscious again. To remind yourself of those habits and behaviors that are driven by this emotion. And to observe the other emotions that are derived from this emotion. Simply become conscious of your unconscious self and remind yourself of who you no longer want to be. What thoughts you no longer want to think. What choices and behaviors you no longer will make. And what emotions that will no longer bring you to a lower denominator. Simply observe the old self. simply become conscious of your unconscious self so you never go unconscious again. And now it's time to play the change game. First situation, I say change. Second situation, you say change with me. And in the last scenario, you say change by yourself. Now imagine it's morning and you're getting ready for your day and you're putting your clothes on, getting ready, and all of a sudden you start to notice that familiar feeling come up. And the moment you notice it, you say change. That's right, you change. Because nerve cells that no longer fire together, no longer wire together. And by the way, living by that emotion has never been loving to you. You don't want to keep signaling the same genes in the same ways. Now play with me on this one. It's the middle of the day, and you're driving somewhere in a vehicle. And as you're driving along, all of a sudden you start to sense that familiar feeling come up. And the moment you sense it, what do you say? Change. That's right, you change. Because the rewards of being healthy and happy are so much more important than living by this emotion. And now you play by yourself on this one. It's evening now, and you're getting ready for bed. And as you're pulling the covers down to get in bed, you start to sense that familiar feeling come up, and what do you say? You change, that's right. Because nerve cells that no longer fire together, no longer wire together. And you don't want to keep signaling the same gene in the same way. And living by that emotion has never been loving to you. Now come on, it's time to move into a new state of being. Come on, who do you want to be when you open your eyes? Broadcasting a whole new electromagnetic signature. It's time to marry a clear intention with an elevated emotion. What thoughts do you want to fire and wire in your brain? What behaviors will you demonstrate in your new life? How will you act? What choices will you make? How will you breathe? How will you move? How will you walk? And how would it feel to be this person? Can you teach your body emotionally what it feels like to be in this future now? Come on, let the thought become the experience in your mind and be moved by the emotion of that experience, signaling new genes in new ways, changing your brain and body ahead of the experience. Come on. Open your heart and allow your body to respond to a new mind. Come on, feel with me. You can't get up as the same person who sat down. Give your body a taste of the future emotionally. Come on, live that future. What choices will you make? Plan your behaviors. What experiences would lead to the emotions? Beautiful, and for a moment now, surrender your creation to a greater mind. Come on, let's bring it up again now, one more time. Come on, be defined by your vision of the future. Move into a new state of being and change your energy. Come on, open your heart and fall in love with a new life. What thoughts do you want to fire and wire in your brain? How will you act? Rehearse who you're going to be when you open your eyes. What will you do? How will you live? And can you teach your body emotionally what it feels like to be in that future now? Signaling new genes in new ways. Come on, let the thought become the experience and emotionally embrace the event so your body as the unconscious mind is living in that future now. Move into a state of being. Now a new state of being is a new personality, and a new personality creates a new personal reality from this elevated state of mind and body. It's time to command matter. Let the images come and hold that image for the observer to observe, and bless that future with your energy and entangle your energy to that destiny. Don't edit, don't analyze, simply command matter and be moved by the Spirit. Be expanded and emulate the divine. Come on. Fall in love with your creation. You, as the quantum observer, are collapsing infinite fields of energy into an event called an experience in your life. But you have to be more energy and less matter to do it. Come on, be the observer of your destiny and emulate the divine. Beautiful. And now surrender your creation to a greater mind, planting a seed in possibility, and allow it to organize it in a way that's right for you. Let go and surrender. To emulate the divine is to be divine. To emulate the Creator is to be creative. And now take your left hand and place it over that beautiful heart. And I want you to bless your body with a new mind. That it be lifted. To bless your life, that it be an extension of your mind. To bless your future. Let it no longer be your past. To bless your past, that it turn to wisdom. To bless the challenges in your life, that they initiate you to greatness. To bless your soul, that it wake you up from this dream. To bless the divine in you. That it move in you. That it move through you, and that it move all around you, and that it show cause and evidence in your life, that it show you a sign in some way that you made contact with it, to let you know that it's been paying attention to your efforts. And that it bring it in a way that you least expect. That it surprise you and leave no doubt that it's come from this mind. So that you're inspired to do it again and again and again. Now if the thought sends the signal out and the feeling draws the event back, I want you to move into a state of gratitude. Come on, open your heart and give thanks for a new life before it's made manifest. And the longer you linger in gratitude, the more you draw a new life to you. For the emotional signature of gratitude means the event has already happened. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Come on, feel. We are the magnificent ones. That's who we are. We are the mystics in material form. We are the creators of destiny. That's who we are. Memorize this feeling. Come on. Memorize this feeling. Beautiful. And now bring your awareness back to a new body, to a new environment, and to a whole new time. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Now I want you to find someone and embrace them and smear that wonderful energy all over them. How many people here understand now what I mean when I say you can't get up as the same person who sat down? You understand that, yes? So then, when the inner experience becomes as real as the outer experience, when that occurs for you, it will literally rewrite the program. How do I know this? Because when we saw people in our advanced workshops finally get out of the way and a greater intelligence began to consume them, the energy from the body went into their brain and it was producing high levels of gamma.